What's going on, guys? This is the Boxing MD with another video. This time we're talking about Conor McGregor. So, Conor's in the news again for apparently punching this DJ in the face randomly while out partying with him and his wife, and Conor with his fiance. So the guy posts on social media this video showing, his mouth busted up. His nose looks a bit swollen here too in the picture, but he posts this and says, he's hanging out with Conor, and they're, Conor asking him if he wants to go to another party or what have you, and he's like, "Cool, let's go." And and then Conor just pulls back and punches the dude straight in the face, and then he has to be, the guy, goes back and falls over, and Conor has to be restrained by his team. I guess it's security or people there, and the dude's like, he didn't do anything. It's unprovoked, and the guy overall seems a bit frustrated um, with the idea that this would happen to him, just randomly. And he tells people to stay away from Conor because he's unstable and he could hurt you. I think this is a great example of money doesn't change you; it just makes you more of what you are. I mean, this isn't the first time we've seen violence from Conor. We had the Khabib, the bus situation, which was just really weird. And even weirder than that was the attack on the old man in the bar. I think we've all seen that security video. But I think this one takes the cake if it's really true that the dude they were just hanging out and talking, and then Conor was just like, right hand to the face. I'm like, I think that's probably the weirdest one yet, if that is the case. But what we see from Conor on a consistent basis is he just is who he is. He's has more money than 99.9% of fighters will ever make. And his personality has always been loud, brash, dishonest, and dominant. And that's the type of person he is. And the alcohol, the money, it just makes him more of what he is. I think we're going to continue to see these type of situations from Conor, especially probably more and more as he's unable to train and to fight in the future. And this is a very dangerous personality for an extremely wealthy person to have. Hopefully they get Conor some type of help, because it seems like this is only going to get worse. And hopefully his fiance, hopefully she either can get him help, or she probably should leave, because he's not going to stop. And if he's punching everybody else in the face, I'm just saying, one day it might be you. So get out while you can. That would be my opinion or my suggestion. But yeah, we see Conor more and more being Conor, and the money is just allowing that to continue. And so hopefully, we'll begin to see more restraint and somebody getting him some help, because it's difficult to watch someone self-destruct right in front of you. And especially when you see that they have a destructive personality to begin with. It's dangerous for a good fighter to have that type of personality. Normally when we see great fighters, they oftentimes don't have usually don't have this type of personality. Like when you think about Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Stylebender, Usman, Anderson Silva, all of these guys, elite fighters tend not to have this type of brash, loud personality. And even for many of the ones that do portray that, like Colby Covington, that's an act. Colby is not like that. You know, he wasn't like that before the UFC. He wasn't that type of person, and he's not that type of person off camera. At least that's what I've been told. So, you know, it's really not good for a professional fighter to have that type of mentality in general. I mean, it served Conor well, but at this point, as it begins to spill and continues to spill over out of the ring, it's just going to be a disaster for him and anyone else that's around him. I don't know what it is. I don't know why most fighters tend to not have that type of personality. I have my thoughts, but I'm not really sure that why we don't see many fighters that have this type of brash personality. But maybe it's because fighting on this type of level tends to be more of a cerebral activity. You know, and in any combat sport, a healthy dose of fear, anxiety is beneficial, right? Because you are going in there to get punched in the face or try and, you know, knock someone out, and having that healthy dose of fear will help you train better and be more confidently prepared for any situations you might encounter. So hopefully, you know, he can get the help that he needs and begin to end all of this craziness, because it seems like it's getting worse and worse. And I hate that for him. Conor's good for the sport. And I think that his attitude, his brash personality was probably a lot of his success can be attributed to it. I know, especially after listening to the last guy he fought. I can't remember his name, but they had fought earlier in his UFC career, and the dude essentially said that he was so flustered by Conor's talking that it threw him off his game plan the first time, and essentially the second time and the third, you know, he was prepared for that, you know, blocked it out and didn't allow it to affect him, and he was able to you know, win convincingly. And that might have been the reason why, you know, Jose Aldo, that fight went that way, and a lot of the fights, you know, he gets under people's skin and he's able to essentially win the fight before it even begins, you know. And that's attributed to his personality, the type of person he is, the way he approaches everything. But, you know, that gig is up. People know what they're going to face when they sign the contract with Conor. The mental game of these athletes is stronger now. They're prepared for the antics of Conor. I even saw, I mean, he takes it deep. He takes it really deep, guys. I even saw he was like, some of the things he was saying about Khabib it was like he had researched him. And a lot of the things that were going on, and I watched a little video about it, but a lot of the things he was saying in the press conference leading up to that fight was going over a lot of people's heads, but it was like deep things about people in Dagestan that Khabib knew, and like he was, you know, just essentially really studying the guy to try and pushes buttons to try and make him come in there and be off his game plan. And that's who Conor is. He'll say whatever, he'll do whatever to get you off your game plan so he can win. But people are prepared for that now. And so, he has to rely on his skill alone. And not to say that he isn't skillful, but I don't believe that his skill level was ever way above these other athletes. And now with losing his advantage in talking, he's become kind of a regular, ordinary fighter. And that doesn't bode well for his persona or his personality outside of the ring. So tell me what you guys think. Do you agree with me? You feel like I'm off here? Like, dislike, but please comment, subscribe if you like the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.